In the final years of the Sui Dynasty, Emperor Yang of Sui was touring Jiangdu, while the arrogant court official Yang Su guarded the capital. Known for his pride, Yang Su would receive even high-ranking guests while lounging on his bed. One day, a poor scholar named Li Jing arrived, boldly suggesting that Yang Su ought to gather heroes for the turbulent times and stop treating visitors with such disrespect. Surprisingly, Yang Su stood up, humbled, and chatted warmly with him. Among his household was a courtesan named Lady Zhang, famous for carrying a red silk scarf. She quietly admired Li Jing. Later that evening, she secretly sought out the inn where Li Jing was staying. Throwing caution to the wind, she pledged herself to him. Touched and amazed, Li Jing accepted her, and they set off together toward Taiyuan. On the way, they stopped at an inn in Lingshi. As meat simmered over the fire and Lady Zhang sat brushing her hair, a strange man with a beard like a coiled dragon arrived on a donkey, tossed his leather bag by the hearth, and reclined on a pillow, watching her with curious eyes. Li Jing was furious, but Lady Zhang signaled him to hold back. After her hair was done, she calmly asked the stranger his name. He said his surname was Zhang, and he was the third born in his family. Recognizing his spirit, she instantly called him brother. This man was none other than Zhang the bearded guest, a legendary wanderer and martial hero. They hit it off immediately. Upon learning Li Jing was heading to Taiyuan, the bearded guest asked if there were any remarkable figures there. Li Jing spoke of a strange young man, only 20 or so, son of the regional commander, who seemed to radiate destiny. Intrigued, the bearded guest asked to be introduced and they agreed to meet at the Fenyang Bridge the next morning. Once in Taiyuan, they met as planned and visited a man named Lu Wenjing, claiming they brought a skilled physiognomist. Lu summoned his unusual friend, a young man dressed humbly but with striking presence. This was none other than Li Shimin, the future Emperor Taizong of Tang. As soon as the bearded guest saw him, he knew, this is the true son of heaven. Realizing he could never match such a man, he gave up his own ambitions quietly. Later, the bearded guest invited Li Jing to a meeting at an eastern tavern. There, he handed over a chest with 100,000 coins, asking Li Jing to find a quiet home for Lady Zhang. They agreed to meet again at the Fenyang Bridge. When they met again, they visited Lu Wenjing, who was playing chess. On seeing Li Shimin arrive, the mysterious Taoist beside the bearded guest's side, the game's outcome, like the fate of the empire, was already decided. Soon after, the bearded guest invited the couple to a grand residence in the capital. It was filled with rare treasures and graceful attendants. His wife, too, was stunning. During a lavish meal with music and wine, he presented Li Jing with 20 chests of ledgers and keys, his entire fortune. He declared, the Li family of Taiyuan has a true ruler. With your talents, you'll rise to the top. And Lady Zhang, with her beauty and devotion, will share in that glory. As for me, I once dreamed of power, but now, with a worthy emperor already born, I will step aside and seek a different path. Then he added, 10 years from now, if something strange stirs in the distant southeast, pour wine and toast me, it means I've made my mark. With that, he and his wife rode away with only one servant, vanishing into the dust. Years passed. With the bearded guest's wealth, Li Jing rose rapidly and helped Li Shimin become emperor. By the 10th year of the Tang dynasty, Li Jing held one of the highest offices in the empire. That year, messengers arrived from the far southeast, saying, 1,000 warships have arrived. A red-bearded general led 100,000 soldiers, conquered Fuyu, and declared himself king. Li Jing turned to Lady Zhang. They both knew. It was him. They dressed in formal robes, faced southeast, and offered wine, just as he had asked. In the chaotic twilight of the Sui Dynasty, when warlords rose and the empire teetered on the edge, 3 unlikely souls crossed paths, forever bound by destiny, courage, and loyalty. They would be remembered as the Wind and Dust 3 Knights. The Wind and Dust 3 Knights refers to Li Jing, Hongfu Nü, Lady Zhang, and Qiu Ran Ke the bearded guest, symbolizing loyalty, chivalry, intelligence, and romance. Li Jing was a commoner with a brilliant mind, daring enough to challenge the arrogance of the powerful Yang Su. Red Whisk, once a courtesan in Yang Su's household, saw greatness in Li Jing. Bold and clear-eyed, she fled her gilded cage to follow him on the road to an uncertain future. Then came the mysterious man with the flaming beard, Chiu Ran Ku, the bearded knight. Though rough in appearance, he was a man of grand ambition and unmatched generosity. Upon meeting Li Jing and realizing the destined rise of Li Shimin, the future Emperor Taizong, Chiu Ran Ku relinquished his dreams of conquest. Instead, he bestowed his entire fortune on Li Jing and Red Whisk, helping them aid the rightful ruler. None of them were born noble. But through wit, bravery, and a deep sense of justice, they carved their names into legend. They were bound not by blood, but by choice, brotherhood, love, and the shared desire to shape a better world from the storm around them. This story isn't just epic, it's elegant. There's loyalty without self-promotion, love without melodrama, and ambition balanced by deep self-awareness. I especially admire the bearded guest, who sees the future clearly and steps aside with grace. He understands that the greatest power is knowing when to walk away. It's that rare blend of humility and vision that makes the story unforgettable.